This was a caffeine special. Triple OT, 10:30 Eastern kick. USC winning a thriller against Arizona. Final score 43-41. You got the whole seat. You only needed the edge. A lot to unpack with USC with this one. We want to do our whole Tell the Truth Sunday. That's what we do here on Sundays. We just talk about the game honestly. Like, hey, there's some good things, there's some bad things. The right answer, the truth is usually somewhere in the middle. But there's no such thing as a bad win in college football. This was a letdown spot for USC. They got Notre Dame next week. Arizona kind of walking into the Coliseum, and it doesn't have the same brand power as Oregon or Washington. Notre Dame, like I said, is kind of getting the attention of USC by the way that it looked in this game. Even so, found a way to get it done. We'll unpack it right now. First things first, USC faithful, make sure you're dialed in right here. Make sure you're subscribed to the On3 YouTube channel. College football, only college football every single day of the week. Live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern. We will be predicting and previewing the USC Notre Dame game on our Tuesday show. So 11 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday. Dial in right here. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And we will give you our winner for that game. Now in this game, though, USC was the big winner. And it's Tell the Truth Sunday, so we're going to start there. You saw what could happen if you're USC if Caleb Williams and that offense aren't just firing on all cylinders right away. Like we saw the potential dark side for USC. Went down 17-0 in this game. And the concern for me, and we've talked about this a couple times now, and it kind of continues to be a talking point week in and week out, there's going to be a lot made about, well, USC's not tackling well, the defense isn't doing this, and like people are sort of just saying that without any real understanding of what's going on defensively for USC. So be careful just to buy into the USC's bad on defense. The concern for me is the way that it looks and the lack of improvement. Because USC, I don't have an issue with you looking suspect in week 1 to week 3, but when we get to week 6 and we're still not tackling well, and we're still not in position defensively, and we're still not playing well against the run. Like, there's multiple things that are showing themselves now if you're USC that haven't improved over the course of half the season to this point. That concerns me. The positive trend is not there. I don't see us making progress week in and week out. I see kind of the same storyline unfolding every single week. Defense, not really on their A game. Offense goes out and puts up 40, and that's how you end up winning the football game for USC. That can't be a realistic formula for you going forward if you want to win the conference and compete for a college football playoff, which you have the quarterback to do. Now, even with that being said, you have to hand it to USC. And it's funny to say because it's triple OT and it's Arizona and all this, but like you found a way to win a football game. Survive in advance. One game doesn't have to define you. There's a lot to coach up. You'd much rather coach it up after a win than after a loss. And Caleb Williams wasn't having his best day throwing the football. Just wasn't. Like, threw for 1 touchdown. Wasn't, overly dynamic was USC, but still found a way to win. Ran for 3 touchdowns. He was good throwing the football. He wasn't necessarily up to Caleb Williams' standard throwing the football. Ran for 3 touchdowns, including the game winner. He will always give you a chance. I want to make sure that's clear. Caleb Williams will always give you a chance to win a football game. I say he ran for the game winner. Ran for the 2-point conversion, rather, is what I'm trying to make sure we're on the same page. Bottom line, his legs were the differentiating factor. He's a competitor, and USC as a whole isn't just talented on that side of the football. I think they're gutsy. I think we saw that in this setup. It wasn't pretty. You had a chance to win it in regulation. You have a great drive going down for a chip shot field goal. Snap is high. There was a lot that was ugly about it. But you know what else isn't ugly? W's. And that's what USC got last night. So here's my concern, though, going forward for USC. You won the football game. You're going to talk about it like it was a loss because of the way that it looked. The concern going forward is you can't play that way against Notre Dame next week. You can't play that way when you play Washington or when you go to Oregon. Like, this is not a realistic way to live if you're USC. There has to be improvement defensively. Now, I would say this too. We've seen wilder things than a team start to put it together when they play better competition. Like, it could be a thing where USC just kind of needs to be in hunting mode. They kind of need a bigger logo across from them to be able to kick it into overdrive. Now, based on what we saw last season, I don't know if you feel as confident in that. I'm just saying, let's not just totally write off USC's defense because of what we saw yesterday, but I do think that there is very real cause for concern based on what we've seen to this point in the year. Like, I say don't write them off because they haven't lost a game yet. And as long as you're still alive in the college football playoff race and the conference race, I don't think you write anybody off. But that defense has got very real problems. Like, I don't think it's irresponsible to say the defense is bad. We're telling you, the defense is bad. But now going forward, they're talented enough on offense to win the conference. If they can put it together defensively, just enough. Just enough. I don't need great. And that's the thing with USC. I don't need elite defensive play. I don't need hold them to 15 points a game. I need hold them to like 24 points a game, 25 points a game. Can we be a little bit better on the turnover side of things? Like, I need them to be timely. If USC can be timely defensively, they're going to have a chance because the quarterback that they have back there for them will always give them a chance. And again, we say this every single week. Going from being the equalizer to being the edge is the big thing you're watching for if you're a Trojan fan when it comes to Caleb Williams. He's so good. You hate the fact that he's the reason why you're in football games and not the reason why you're able to go and win football games just outright and blow the doors off a team like Arizona. So credit Arizona, came with a great game plan and played Washington tough the week before, so I don't want to just dismiss Arizona. But for USC, found a way to get it done. Something to be said about that. Something to be said about a gutsy performance. The defense, though, got to start seeing something. Because it starts next week. It's now. It's go mode. There's no more ramp up period. It is, okay, we need your best football now. We'll see how they respond. We'll see how Lincoln Riley and Alex Grinch get that side of the ball ready to play. Because I promise you they will coach it hard this week in LA, or you would hope so. But for USC, man, still undefeated, still in that race. We'll see what happens from here. Appreciate y'all being tuned in. College football every single day. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Jody Piquel. Hey, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.